And there we go. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Welcome to this show. Happy Halloween, everybody. As we go into the veil as it thins and we see what's there. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Day of the Dead, Samhain. All the holidays as I walk into the magical forest and the paths take me down turns that I wouldn't go otherwise. Path less traveled. And having to do with Halloween, we're going to talk about what happens. Well, there's different things that happen. Everyone experiences something different. On the energies of the planet, I'd say, there's a veil thinning. And the veil has to do with different realms of reality and dimensions and crossing over. Mostly having to do with ghosts and them being more active. The dead, the people that are crossed over, the people in their interaction with the physical and their families, loved ones and DNA lineages. Those that have not fulfilled their existence and are seeking resolution, unfinished business, as you might say, and figure out how to do that. Find the people that can communicate, because as the veil thins, communication gets easier. It is usually they'll be active very highly on the astral plane. The dreams will get more vivid or interesting, or things asking for people's attention. Prophecies, visions will occur on this day. So dream worlds are very active in their spiritual interaction, crossing over and back and forth between all the dream realms, as well as the astral realms, which are overlaid with everything. And there are also like spaces in between the ones that we see here, and like rocks and mountains, inner earth, and things can go up and down and explore all around. And some that may find themselves dead go through a process of exploring or figuring out why they're here. Not really if their ancestors or didn't have a proper death, a successful death, then they'll be around waiting to figure out why they're still there, which is some type of attachment or need for resolution or unresolved issue having to do with their death, who they were, emotions, strong attachment to land, their bodies, who they were, people, revenge. It can be a whole slew of other types of spirits involved in that. As well as if you were to see in this third dimensional concept of physical, there's also, I keep reading 4 octaves within the third dimension. And like if something's able to touch you from an invisible nature of spirit form, it will usually have to be in that octave right above us in the third. So like we're in the bottom first in experience usually. I mean, a lot of people say we're in the 4th dimension. I usually see that based on where you are, how sacred the place is, and how easy it is for it to maintain its sacredness against all odds, and how powerful it is. So it's not like the whole planet is that way. She's trying to rise up back into that. That's like a big wound that happened to her at the fall of Atlantis, and like previously, as it is going back up to that higher dimensional expression that has more beings and experience, and our experienced body can sink into. And that's an individual experience if they want to rise up into that as well as help her to do so. But back to the subject. If a ghost wants to touch you or interact with you or get your attention, whisper into the mind, or you get an interesting sensation in the back of your neck, or goosebumps, or all this kind of stuff, that'll go into interaction with that higher octave right above us. That's very able to interact, because our sensing equipment is more sensitive to that than any other thing. So if it wants to sink into the technology, then it will go through that means. It is also the day of shadow work, where we face our fears, who we are, understand the greater spectrum of light and not light within us as well as the external. A day we get to choose to be something else or be another part of ourselves, an archetype in our consciousness, similar to the tarot. We get to be our fears, we get to be others' fears, we get to have fun. And of course there's the negative aspects of it, which there always is, and it's not something to be afraid of, because everything we can overcome and nothing is more powerful than you and your source oneness center if you are one with the universe. There's also realm bleed over, like the tree of Yggdrasil. Realms, 9 realms, there's more than that, of course. There's ones made by other planets that bilocate here and then trade and interact and bleed over. Spiritual commerce, immigration, and sometimes even, very rarely, physical beings coming over in some type of adoption by Earth, and where they're coming to this realm and they're approved. Usually I see that in spirit form, and most of the time if they do, they'll incarnate into their lineages that are close to them, that are still existing in inner Earth, so it's not like they're really going to be affecting us that much. But sometimes they incarnate as humans and other animals and other stuff that we'll end up seeing, which is interesting as well. But there are portals that open up, and most of them currently aren't going to be physical, but it's an energetic window of opportunity for them to. And the ones that do physically open up, they're going to be secret and hidden. So if something interesting happens to you on this day, now you know why, because there's a window for that to open, as well as many other types of portals that are more energetic, and you'll find those more common placed around the planet. If you get called into the ability to work with entities and spirits and ghosts, and they are talking to you because your clairvoyance is up, especially on Halloween, which is more likely to, or some type of nudge or interaction where they're calling you for attention. This leads to a grand ability that helps you be able to resolve spirit work in the unseen chess games that affect us ultimately. So, if you want to learn how to do that and work with me in the ship of working with spirits, I can help you, and I can give you an initiation into that realm, so to speak. It's interesting, it's fun, and you meet lots of interesting characters and train your clairaudience really well, and your ability to translate, your ability to know things and it come to mind that other people would not know, and be able to bridge past that layer of skepticism as you train the ability to get better and better and know things that they would not tell anyone except the people that are already dead, or they would know. This ability will usually go along with learning how to resolve their situation. If they're stuck and they want to move on, you can help them. You can create that gateway to their ancestors, their guides, their loved ones, their friends, and the dead that already passed on. The ones that are connected to them, their angels, their source, their God, whatever spirituality, astral realm, Summerland, whatever they believe. Even if they're an atheist and they're like, oh my God, I'm still alive somehow. Yeah, because energy. Please extend your consciousness, your thoughts, your mind into the understanding that is energy. It is quantum field. You are the universe. Nothing is created or destroyed. It keeps getting recycled in different ways. It's on experience, and that value in that experience being seen and understood are the layers of intelligence that we have created together in the previous generations. So if like you find a little girl that was killed and abused or something, and she's trying to figure out why she's still stuck there, and she has like a contract to expose the abuser and find where her mother is, or all these situations that would keep her locked in that scenario. You can resolve that. If you find spirit animals, you can help them come to peace. Find out what they're wanting in success and need. You don't even have to solve these issues by going places physically, which I know people hate doing or dislike, because it's quite a journey being taken on to, like, oh, go seek out this person, go do this, say this to this person, all this stuff. And if that's in the moment and can be done, awesome. That's wonderful timing and well orchestrated. But you know, most people don't have the time to do that and don't have the money, so it's something that is good to do in the unseen. You can absolutely resolve all those things in the unseen and don't have to go places physically, which I teach, if you are willing to learn how to be a medium for peace and unity and resolution, and helping the astral and the spirit world and the dreams and the incarnating beings for this planet, and humans and non-humans, come to peace. Coming to peace, their oneness, what they need, their wholeness. If they're fractured, if they're abused, if there's something going on in the spirit world, because there's a bunch of stuff there. It's positive, negative, neutral. There's a lot of negative. It's a Wild West. It's like some ancient entities in the astral, different places that are doing some interesting nefarious energy harvesting systems to keep themselves going in that mind state, which also can be resolved. Demons can be resolved. They can be healed. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, just go find out how. They're fractured beings. They're in separation consciousness. They don't believe they're you, so they're seeing you as energy food source. They don't know how to create their own light anymore. They forgot love, or don't know how to make it themselves, so they have to take it from others or some other type of experience with love. You know. Yes, if the mediumship skill set in talking to beings in clairaudience sounds fun, visit Psionic League and sign up for a session, and I'll help you with that. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content, and let me know if you like this doctor.